How do you envision the first iteration of Let's operating? And what would be the things you would like to see most traded on a Let's? So for those of you that don't know, a Let's stands for a local exchange trading system. Basically, what you do is you create a unit of account to encourage people to trade goods and services with each other. A Let's token is kind of a community credit and debt-based system that's not designed to be monetized necessarily. It's usually a tool to try to move outside of the actual monetary system. And there are a couple of really interesting things that blockchain brings to the table in terms of running a Let's. I would say the first thing that's most interesting is usually in, let's say, off-chain applications, you have some sort of council or people that control the account-based system that a Let's runs on. With blockchain, that's automated, so you naturally disintermediate power. The second is that you have the ability to plug it into technology that makes it a little bit more efficient, something like your phone, perhaps browser-based. I imagine the lowest hanging fruit for a Let's in the first iteration would probably be digital. We already have an existing community. You have people with multiple, let's say, talents, skills, goods, services that they could offer. And I think that it would be really interesting to see an Ergo-based Let's that allowed projects to cooperate with each other. You may have somebody that is a great writer. You may have somebody that's a good front-end developer. And it creates a system of honesty. That's what it's based on. Ultimately, a Let's system is designed to have an account model where you can simply see and track who actually pays their debts and who doesn't. Now, it's important to understand that debt really is not so much based on monetary value in that particular system. It's more based on voluntary agreements and exchange. But we have people in society, and it's just kind of human nature that they want to eat and they don't want to pay for it, so to speak. They don't want to give back. They don't want to contribute. And Let's systems kind of assist at identifying who is actually trustworthy in terms of, do they give back relative to what they take? And if you create a group of people that are willing to support each other, there's actual, tremendous value of that, because we all have different assets, skills that we could bring to the table. And the ideal with that type of system is simply to bootstrap community participation. It's not so much a system that's designed that I want to profit off of you. It's more like, let's collaborate and use a system of account to try to make sure that we're honest. What do I owe? What have I taken? What have I given? So I'm excited to see that roll out. I think the e-Let's is probably step one. I definitely would be excited to see off-chain, local communities try to spin up. You do have a lot of organizations that perhaps we could work with, partner with, plug that into. I think that would require, let's just say, ambassadors, somebody to, kind of assist groups in terms of adoption and how this works, how to run it. We've had that discussion quite a bit, Alex and I, in terms of, how do we keep the fees low? How do we make the user experience friendly? And, ultimately try to create little counter economies that are resilient. That's the end goal with that type of system.